the Minish cap with a Phantom. This game is so sick. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. Oh, yeah. We're doing Minish Cap any percent. I'm Phantom, and with me I have a commentator, Ice Blue.
Hi, I'm a commentator. Hello.
Ice is mostly going to be helping me, especially in sections where I can't, where I need to focus a lot. So let's just, we're gonna dive right in because we have a bit of an intro to get through. So I'm gonna do a soft reset and then do a 5-second countdown for the timer. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
That was definitely a 5-second.
Yeah, good enough. Close enough. It's about 5 seconds. But yeah, this is the story. I hope you can read Japanese, because I can't.
It definitely says some things. We got some really cool artwork though. something hero of time, something master sword.
Yeah, just remember this, because we're gonna see this cutscene again in about an hour and a half.
Literally the same cutscene. It's gonna almost look like we soft reset and started the game over.
Yeah. So to start off, we do that soft reset because we're gonna be doing an RNG manip at the very beginning here. It's not a difficult RNG manip, but we do need rupees. We need a lot of rupees in this game, actually. It's 25 for a bottle, we need 40 for the grip ring, and we need 60 for the wake up mushroom, and we need another 11 after that for future RNG manips to work.
Because, yeah, makes sense.
Also for text, the way that I'm mashing text is I hold the B button and then I spin my control stick in a circle. Because the text advances off of D-pad inputs. And those two rolls there are my RNG manipulation. RNG advances once every time that Link swings his sword, once every time that he rolls, and 12 times when he uses Pegasus boots.
So what you're saying is that Link rolls the
Boo.
RNG
Yes.
every time you roll? Nice.
Get off stream. Boo.
Look, chat, we're rolling the RNG. I love it here. I love it here.
Yeah, rolling it for the longest time here is going to be our fastest form of movement. It's just so much faster than walking. So you're going to see a lot of rolling until we get boots. And this is a fair.
I was gonna say, I love calling this place or this section of the run the the rolling simulator.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit. We have about a 5-minute intro here before Vadi will, spoilers, kill Zelda. And then we're gonna go on our adventure.
I love how Zelda here picks like the absolute worst item out of the three here.
Do you want a shield that you can buy at the store right below us? $200 or more health?
Honestly though, it depends on how the more health would work for me.
And now she gets hit by a Deku Scrub because she doesn't know what she's doing.
I love the sideways block there.
It's really funny that it works.
Zelda. I've never run a Legend of Zelda game. Loser. She does not know what she's doing.
Imagine.
All right, so when I was rolling up to the minister there, if you accidentally press R on the right frame, you will soft lock. There's a frame where you can talk to the minister as you're activating the cutscene, and he has no dialogue, so the game will soft lock trying to display his dialogue.
Video games.
Also, this is the only cutscene in the game where Vadi walks. So that walk animation, that's the only time you'll ever see it.
Here.
But yeah, this is Vaudi is evil. He's gonna break the sword and unleash, I don't know, monsters, Octoroks.
You have your typical Hyrule guards here that are like, oh no, we saw the first two guards get blown away by Vaudi. Let's do the same attack. Maybe Vadi's tired.
And then Link. Oh no, Link, you died. Well,
I love in like every Zelda game, like Link's just like, let me block this attack with my little puny wooden shield.
Yep. This maid is very cool. Okay, she walked up into my path, so we're gonna roll around her instead.
Except you're gonna get stuck on her for a
Yeah.
sec.
Sometimes she doesn't walk up and you can just roll straight left and it's great. And now the king is gonna be like, my daughter is stone. This has never happened
First
before.
Zelda game ever.
And we get our sword, we get a map of Hyrule.
Except it's not even a full map.
Hey, he tells us
How do
where
you
the
how do
Minish
you
woods
not have
are.
a how do you not have a map of your entire kingdom?
I mean, listen, he doesn't leave very much. He kind of stays in this house. And yeah, we're rolling. Most of this movement up to Deepwood Shrine is going to be pretty consistent other than enemy RNG. Because obviously we've rolled RNG so much, and enemies are rolling RNG constantly, that you really can't predict what they're going to do. Somehow I didn't get hit there.
One thing you'll see Phantom doing a lot, like with the rolling, is timing rolls a little bit to roll through enemies because you have iframes in your rolls, which is really nice.
You have a lot of iframes.
Yeah, this game's very generous with iframes.
And those trees are huge. You'd think that it's just the tree trunk, but no. Those branches that are like 50 feet off the ground.
Alright, I hope
ground.
y'all are ready for the only letter in the entire English vocabulary.
So this is Eslo. He's our hat. That's really all he does. He'll talk to us a lot. E. Yeah, this is about as useful as Eslo ever really is. As we roll down here, he's gonna follow us. And then push us down a few pixels.
Follow is a strong word there.
And then he attaches to Link's face. And of course, the main actual gimmick of the game is we're gonna become tiny. As the Legend of Zelda, the what's it called again?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we got that part.
I think it's like the Minish cap or something like that. I don't know. I don't quite understand it.
Oh. You can actually make it onto that first lily pad, but it's effectively
frame
TAS only.
Yeah, it's frame perfect or pixel perfect, whatever you want to call it.
I think there are some pixels involved, but the only person I can think of that's ever done it is Toadswoot, and he's only done it once. So yeah, we're in with the Minish Woods. We're almost to the dungeon.
You thought you couldn't understand the text on the screen? Just wait till you read the Minish text.
True.
So we need to go speak to the Elder here. And the Elder is going to tell us to eat, what is that, a Jabbernut?
Yeah. Jabbernut will let us learn every language.
Yeah. So take that, What's the language software? Rosetta Stone. Take that, Rosetta Stone. We're just gonna eat this.
Yeah, just
Except it actually doesn't help us. The text is still in Japanese.
yeah, it's pretty unfortunate that it doesn't change to English after that, but just how it is.
I still think they should have did that. Just change the entire text to English after you eat the Jabbernut.
Yeah, so the Elder here is just gonna be like, oh, the element, yes, they're all here. Go to those places. The 4 elements are what we need to craft the 4 sword to defeat Vadi.
I've always wondered, like, in games like this where they just slap like these icons in your map, do they just like hand you like these like wooden little like statuettes to put on your map? Here, put these here. Don't move them though.
And we're finally in a dungeon. Of course, this is
All right.
Deepwood Shrine. It's basically a tutorial dungeon, but it teaches a lot of stuff.
Deepwood Shrine is also like a big testament of like execution.
Thank you, Slugula. Also, just slugs throughout this dungeon are the biggest sources of RNG, besides like pestos. But a lot of this dungeon is really just movement and trying to react to how enemies behave. Like that puff stool there, he went up. I don't know why he did that, but it was pretty cool. I wish he would do that all the time. Also, fun fact, if you have the lantern here, like, say you cheated, it doesn't actually work. In Rando...
It has to be,
in Rando
has to be
it works.
that specific fire.
Yeah. You will light the torch with a lantern, and then it will not burn the vines.
It's because that fire is illegal.
Throughout the game, Eslo's going to be talking to us at various points. I will try to avoid ever rolling into one of those situations, like right here. If you roll, and your roll triggers Eslo, you lag for about a second, as you just can't move, waiting for Eslo to start talking. But if
That's the same thing with cutscenes as well, right?
No, it's only Eslo.
Oh.
And it's most of the time. There's a few exceptions where you don't lag by rolling into an Eslo trigger. But generally speaking, rolling into an Eslo trigger causes lag, and we don't want to deal with that. And this next
the gimmick
one here,
of
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say the gimmick of this dungeon is basically just grabbing a bunch of mushrooms and launching Link across water. It's definitely not a form of travel I'd, see myself ever doing. Honestly, if I saw a mushroom of that size that was, looked like a rubber band, I'd probably leave. Decent pattern there.
Yeah, good enough. So you may notice we're at 3/4 of a heart. Heart drops in this game are very hard to come by, but there are a few spots like this pot that always has a heart drop. So just from enough playing, you tend to memorize where all the hearts are.
There's another one coming up right here too.
Yeah. And we have our first mini-boss, Matterpillar. Where's he going?
Away from you.
I'm just gonna touch the spider web here.
We're gonna get the first item of the
EC2 cycle.
game, the Gust Jar.
It's honestly,
Yeah.
the items in this game are just all very unique. You really don't see stuff like this in other Zelda games.
So Gust Jar has a lot of uses here. It's going to remove the spider webs from like walls and floors. It's going to push the lily pad. It's going to pull the lily pad. You can use it to stun enemies or push them away. It has a lot of uses in this game.
Yep. And every single, basically frame that the Gust Jar is active, it rolls RNG. So, because the little puffs that it makes are all random. So any time that you're trying to manipulate RNG, you are not using the Gust Jar. Yeah, just a few.
I'm actually shocked at how decent the RNG on the flies have been for you.
Yeah, usually when I practice or do like PB attempts, they're always in the way. But that was all pretty nice.
Yeah, like this first room that we started in, like with pushing the lily pad, the two flies are usually like the biggest jerks on the planet.
And that's basically all of Deepwood, honestly. This is the boss chest, boss key chest. Just teaching us how to use the Gust Jar. We will be using this quite a bit to grab mushrooms to propel ourselves. But we will be having the first boss fight here against
Bless you.
a green shoe. Just a regular old shoe.
Yeah, nothing changed about, you know,
No,
the fight mechanics or anything.
you see, they're right there. They're just a
Yeah.
shoe.
Look at the big smile on his face.
Yeah. As he like leaks through the ceiling.
Honestly, that's a mood.
But yeah, we're gonna be using the Gust Jar to effectively just suck away his feet. I don't know what to call the base. Until he falls over. Funnily enough, I don't know why they did this. Every single cycle of Big Green Shoe is RNG. How many slashes it takes to advance to the next cycle. It will either be 5, 6, 7, or 9 slashes. And that was 5.
I love gaining time here. It's great.
And then on his third cycle, he can either follow you down
Yep.
or do jumps like that, and the jumps are where you lose all the time anyway.
And that's the first boss of the game.
Yeah. People sometimes ask if it's worth RNG minipping Big Green Shoe, and no. The main issue is that you're using Gust Jar to get into the room. And since Gust Jar advances RNG so much, it would be insane to even think about minipping that outside of a task. Also, unlike some Zelda games, we will not be skipping the heart containers, with one exception. Because you take a lot of damage in Minish Cap.
Everything you do, you take damage.
Yeah, you're taking a lot of damage from just yourself, but also a lot of late game enemies might do like 2 or 3 hearts of damage in one hit. So, we want as much health as we can manage.
Hashtag we love dark nuts.
Is this the only... Well, okay. I was gonna say only 2D Dark Nuts, but that doesn't make sense, because Zelda 1 exists.
Does it?
Some people think so.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
We have Link's iconic item now, bombs.
There's an instance of us taking damage.
Yeah, but we're gonna be healing that off anyway. Eventually.
One day.
So over here we have a wind crest. Not relevant right now, but it is the fastest time to get this, and we will need it a couple times to come over here. That'll be our form of fast travel.
Do you still save quit on this cutscene?
Yeah. So this is Hurdy-Gurdy. He's going to teach us about kinstone fusions and give us a kinstone bag. I'm going to agree to do his tutorial and fuse with him, and then save and reset the console.
All right, we did the kinstone. Nice.
And then he's gone.
It's actually faster to do that.
Yeah. So Hurdy-Gurdy. Yeah. The kinstone fusions take about 45 seconds. So saving and quitting is a lot faster than watching him place a chest in the world that we'll never go to anyway.
So Link actually has to visit these dojos around like Hyrule, or Minish, whatever you want to call
this
this
is
place.
still Hyrule.
Yeah. Because Link doesn't know how to actually spin around in a circle and slash, his sword, which perfect sense, right? You have a sword, you're like, well, maybe if I, hold it out for a second and then like spin in a circle. No, Link has to actually hear this in physical form in order to do that. And we need that spin slash.
Yeah, we need that later for creating clones. So eventually, not right now, but also the guard will not let us leave town until we show him that we can spin. But what I did there was abusing the hazard respawn from falling in water to trick him and roll past him before he could catch up to where I was. We also now have a bottle. That's
why we picked up the 20
Yep.
rupees.
And then picked up another 15 there. For
So here's where we're gonna pick up a good bit of money here. There's another 20 rupee coming up, and I believe in this cave at the end of it.
it's actually upstairs here. I mean, it's right there. You can see it.
There's another 20 rupee that you grab later on. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the relevant for most of the game, our bomb count doesn't super matter. But in Mount Krenel here, our bomb count is actually kind of tight. Because everything takes bombs.
It's almost like they handed us this bomb bag to use it on Mount Krenel.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but we do only have one extra bomb coming out of Mount Krenel into Cave of Flames. And yeah.
So the game actually wants you to go grab that rupee on the other side, but they gave the rupee a hitbox, and even though it's like a stationary static one, and you can just kind of slash that rupee and be like, all right, cool, I don't have to go around anymore.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you can slash every item pickup in this game, which is really nice.
I'm looking at you, Zelda 1. Static drops are not pickupable with sword slashes.
Shame.
Pickupable? Is that even a word?
It is now.
I don't know. It is today.
So, face down, Mike. There we go. That's actually unveiling that. A lot of people, especially when picking up the game for quite a while, assume that Ezla is going to talk to you there, and he just doesn't. So a lot of people are ready to like mash B and spin their D-pad around, and sometimes will just use the item on their B button and a lot of people put the bottle of Mountain Dew on their B button, and then have to go back and get it again.
What flavor though?
Original.
Is the question. Oh, basic.
Yeah. Also worth noting up here, the thing I'm about to do is not a glitch. If we were playing glitchless, we would still do this.
It's just an abuse of mechanics, that's all.
So I don't normally get bombs there.
Now your bomb troubles are
Yeah,
solved.
I just have infinite bombs now.
Yo, is this BS Legend of Zelda?
So
Hey chat, remember that sign that Phantom just rolled by?
true.
It's very alright,
We'll
so
be
here's the
visiting
reason
that
why we
sign
needed
later.
40 rupees. We're gonna pick up the power armlet, power bracelet, whatever you want to call it. Grip ring. Bracelet.
Grip ring. Yeah, this is gonna let us climb. Because Link could not climb these rock walls before.
You know, putting something around your wrist allows you to climb a wall.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
perfect sense. Ooh, it added some spicy rocks.
Yeah, so this is all RNG. Going up here with 3 hearts, I was pretty comfortable. If I had like 2 or less, I might have gone for a backup fairy fountain heal. But
Yeah, the boulders do half
3, I'm not too
half a
worried.
heart, so it's a little like scary. Also, this is the first time we've ever heard this song in any Zelda game.
Yeah.
I will take no questions here.
Also, we're going to be taking potentially more damage in this room because these water droplets, as Eslo says, are just as strong as boulders, although they only do a quarter heart of damage. So
Just
he's actually
marathon
lying.
things.
And I didn't get hit at all. Wow. Yeah, imagine dying to damage from
No.
the rock wall
Never.
or that room. That's never happened to me before.
It's pretty bad.
And if you die on Mount Krenel, you actually go back to the Krenel, so you would be healing by picking those up or potentially getting up to 5 hearts from exploring. But that's slow.
All right, well, we'll never hear that song ever again. It's a pretty good song. They should probably use that in another Zelda game.
True. So, typical block pushing puzzle. If you know which ones to push, you can do it. If you don't know which ones
And those
to push,
blocks
you're
can
just
only be
hugging
pushed
every
in
single wall
one
until you
specific
find it.
direction. Oh,
Exactly. See if I can get the funny thing. Oh, not quite. You can kill that Helmatar with the Gust Jar and the Mushroom. It's not necessary, but it's funny when it happens. Nice little damage boost off the P-Hat. We're almost done with Mount Krenel. This is actually probably like
it's been a pretty good chrono though.
in PB attempts, this would probably be like my least favorite part, just because of it. It's so volatile, and it's so easy to lose time here.
And you got the bomb drop
Yeah.
too, so super nice.
Can't really complain. Yeah, I'm gonna have 10 bombs from leaving Cave of Flames.
Speaking of Cave of Flames, if y'all thought that this run was, you know, you're not cheating in this game, that's an exploit.
Yeah, we haven't really done glitches yet. I mean, I did guard skip, but that saves 1 second versus just doing a spin attack in front of him. So for a very long time, this game was actually like basically glitchless until you got the Ocarina in Fortress of Winds. However, I was about to reach for my split key and I don't have live split open. Aw, shame. Free hearts there. But Cave of Flames here. Ow. Okay, you know what?
Nice bomb drop.
The bomb mobs in here are random and weird.
Also the
these
first
are
time you
spinies.
ever see those enemies.
You may be noticing
Ever.
Okay. You didn't care about me? There's... Yeah. So there's a lot of Mario kind of enemies in this game. But mostly only really around Cave of Flames.
I would never ride in this minecart.
This also has the minecart, which is kind of Oracle's like. It moves a little bit faster. It's a little bit faster than the one in the Oracle games.
It literally looks like Link is dying.
Ow.
What are these bomb drops? Hello? Generous heart drop there.
Yeah. Come on, Helmatar. Yeah, kind of nice.
Alright, so coming up here in just a little bit, probably around a minute or so, we're going to be doing pretty much like the first major glitch of the run. Angle retention. It's fun.
So,
And it definitely makes some wild things happen.
yeah. Do you know how it works?
I can tell you what happens, but I can't really explain why and how it works.
So we've seen holes in the ground that Link can kind of like hop into. And if you jump out at a diagonal, the game actually doesn't quite update the direction that you're going correctly. And it's effectively stores the angle. And as long as we don't overwrite that with a different direction, basically, Link is able to do some very funny things. Nice roll a bite. So
remember this room here, because it's gonna get a little funky in here. Something about layers, you know, onions have layers. Shrek said it. And yeah, things are gonna look weird.
So
Phantom's gonna move that chest one square here, and now we're gonna be, yeah, this. We didn't need it anyway.
yeah, so moving the chest over that door frame actually deleted the loading zone, which is, yeah, we don't need that. It just kind of gets in the way.
So with some timed rolls here, we're gonna cheat.
We're just gonna go over
And
here.
We're now like 6 or 7 rooms ahead, and we're about to pick up the item of the dungeon.
Wow, bad rock shoes.
Wow,
It's fine.
I could have swore your sword hit them, but all right.
Yeah, they jumped over it. 3D game.
Ah, true. All right, so this is the what is this? The cane of I forget the name of this thing.
Cane of
You know,
Pachi.
Japanese. Pachi. There you go. Yeah. It just flips things over. You know.
That's all it does.
It actually has another feature which we use later on, where you throw it into like one of the little holes on the ground, and it just lets Link like super jump out of it. Oh God.
Imagine being that small and getting hit by those.
Could be me.
Link just... Yeah.
I was gonna say, so if you liked angle retention, don't worry, we're coming back for angle retention 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, the next version is a bit more intricate.
This one actually, like, you can see what it actually does for Link. It's gonna make walls non-existent here. So Phantom's gonna put this Rolly NPC into the wall there, and that's gonna come into play in just a bit. So we're gonna move this switch up here. We're gonna get it nice and lined up with that NPC. All right, so now Phantom is on a completely different layer, and we're just gonna walk straight into the boss room. And we're gonna pick up this fairy, and this fairy is gonna be very important for something after this dungeon. Yep. So that was pretty much the entirety of Cave of Flames, exactly how I remember it in my childhood.
Yeah, the fairy is going to be used for a lot of things, actually. I mean, yeah, same. How else are you supposed to solve that puzzle? Five, 6, 7, 8. So this is Gleerock, not to be confused with Gleeok. Very different. Also,
yeah,
he's on the wall.
This one has lava. This one has lava. So yeah, the main mechanic behind this boss is using the cane to flip the rock off of Gleerock's back, revealing the weak point. Traditional Zelda game here, where I'm big old bad guy. Yep. I'm gonna create all these big bosses, but I'm gonna put this gigantic weak spot on them. No one will ever know. That is
pretty much. And that's Gleerock.
Right. That's it.
Yeah, he's kind of just a long auto scroller, but that's honestly a lot of bosses in this game, other than what, Vadi and Georg. I guess Mazal has some.
I was gonna say Mazal's not really like an auto scroller.
Yeah. Octo is definitely not an auto scroller if you do it wrong.
Cheat. Cheat. Yeah.
And now that we have our second element, so we now are going to be doing a lot of things very quickly in kind of rapid succession for a little bit.
Yeah. So we're gonna pick up the very, very weakened Picori sword, Force sword, whatever you want to call it. We call it the two sword here, or I call it the two sword.
Technically, it's the white sword, or the green sword, if you want to call it by color. Because
when's the purple sword, Phantom?
We see it for about 2 seconds.
All right, so you remember that signpost? Yeah. We're now cheating. Oh. So signpost fairy here actually is a really cool glitch. We need this rock thing. I don't know enemy names anymore.
Rock beetle.
Yeah. Sure.
He is a rock beetle.
We need him in a very specific position because we're gonna. We don't want to walk down Mount Krennel. We want to cheat. And you'll see in just a second here. This rock beetle is just going to push Phantom onto a precise little pixel, and now Phantom is leaving Mount Crennel.
Yep. So the way that worked is I stored what is called a push value by pushing up against the rock beetle. And what that does is when the rock beetle pushes down on Link by sitting down, it actually pushed him in the opposite direction of...
And you broke it.
Well...
See, we talked about this. Yeah, breaking the sign doesn't,
I missed the
trigger
sign.
the next section of story. Breaks the sign anyway.
Yep. Yep, haven't done that in a while, but going into Caster Wilds actually does that for us also. I will need to get another fairy, but that's easy enough.
So by doing that, it actually skips a pretty long cutscene. The cutscene where, you know, it shows Vadi taking over the King of Hyrule and, you know, brainwashing and making him his servant.
Yeah. Which has other implications as well, but it's mostly the cutscene skip.
Yeah, so it skips all that and it sets up the next like section of the game to where we can go get the Pegasus boots here, or start the quest to create the Pegasus boots.
Yeah. So normally in glitchless gameplay we would already have the red sword, because you're supposed to go all the way around with it, create clones, find out that you can't do anything in Caster Wilds, and then go back and get Pegasus boots. Which is kind of interesting that you have the green sword for about, I don't know, a minute. And then they're just like, oh yeah, red sword.
Yeah, but purple sword would have been better.
Yeah, you do also see the purple sword for like half a second before it turns red.
Also, once again, the game's showing that Talon is a very, very irresponsible person. He locks his own key in his own house. Genius.
Is it really locked, or is he just like... Why was it in a pot?
Hiding it from invaders, I don't know.
I don't know if that's really where you want to keep your key. Hey, I found this. I don't know where it was. Don't question it.
I do truly love the fact that like whenever you talk to Malin here, it just goes doo doo doo.
I mean, that's how she speaks.
Honestly though, it's fine with me. Slash table flip.
Yeah, so the Kanapachi there flipping us, Link, over the wall.
It's actually at the perfect amount.
This is also where
we're going to need 11 of those
rupees
later
right now. This is
Caster
where I
Wilds
needed
Minute.
60 of them. Was to buy a mushroom. Yep. RNG minips are a little weird because they do take into account everything that Link has on him. Rupees. Nice, nice. Don't mind me, Syrup. So buttons in this game are also very overloaded.
It's okay.
The A button would have picked up the mushroom, but it's also my bombs. The R button also picks up the mushroom, but it's also the roll button. So... That's all we need though to get our boots here.
This guy's so sleepy.
Yeah, just shove a mushroom in his face and he'll wake up. But yeah, this is our boots.
I've always wondered, like with the like why does this mushroom wake him up? Like, does it smell funny?
So even though we have Pegasus boots, it's still faster to roll if your rolls are like effectively 2 roll distances. It's a little bit more than 2, but people used to think it was 3 rolls, although that's not exactly true. So we will be rolling a lot still, but Pegasus boots are very fast. Nice stairs.
The bunk is just setting up a manipulation later.
I mean, there are times where you could do that.
True.
But yeah, normally you wouldn't have Pegasus boots while coming in here. So you can see immediately that it's a little bit faster just by having done that. The main thing that skipping that cutscene earlier also did was on
Purple
future
sword
trips
vest
in
sword.
here, because the king is still alive. We have not seen Vadi do anything to him. The guards don't lock the front door. Good thing we saw it for all of 2 seconds.
I'll take it.
And I guess this is like the second main mechanic of the game, because it's the Force Sword. This is actually one of the games where Link doesn't have the Master Sword,
Wish I had that ability. Would make
and instead uses the
chores
Force
around
Sword
my
to,
house easier.
copy himself.
Well, I think it's safe to say I don't plan on doing any rolling around my house.
Oh, but if you roll or like do anything, it
Yeah,
destroys the clones.
half my house is like hardwood floor.
You sure?
Look, not everybody can be as durable as Link, okay?
Hey, these are like stone tiles. Alright, if I do this fight correctly, it's very funny.
This fight can either be free or...
Oh, nice. Yeah, I walked up a frame early. Sometimes the moblins just don't want to behave.
Hey, do y'all like lore?
There's a much easier setup, but it's a lot less cool than just rolling down and then slashing both of them at the same time. Whoa.
Wow.
He put on a hat and became big.
Is that how you gain like height?
I guess so.
I need to buy some hats.
I think he aged a little bit, became evil or something, and then teleported away. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna get a ferry. Hopefully.
Yeah.
There are a few places I can get a backup ferry, and this is typically the fastest one. Hello, Postman.
Is this one still a free 15-16 chance?
Yeah. So 15 out of 16 times this ferry spawns when you bonk the tree. Hi, can you come over here? Thank you.
All right, Castor Wilds. This is definitely a place.
So we need to get the bow first before doing anything crazy, because the bow is needed for a lot of
Body
things,
2 and
namely
muzzle,
fighting
right?
2 bosses. Yeah. It's also used for a glitch in the Palace of Winds. I need to not take too much damage from these bulldozers, because I do need health.
I'll let you focus on this.
For RNG manips to work. I'm going to be a little careful here. Cool.
So Phantom is setting up an RNG manip here to manipulate kinstones, which we'll need for the magical boomerang in just a bit.
Okay. I was a little worried with that rupee.
Okay. So immediately after that, we're gonna hyper cheat. You thought the cheating was done? Oh no!
All right, we
just
should be
getting
good.
started. So this is P-Hat clip. Yeah, there's like a magic pixel right up here, as Phantom was explaining to me earlier. There's a magic pixel that, like, both like the layer for like above the overworld and like the overworld, like kind of overlap, and we're gonna abuse this magic pixel here, to push Link on top of the overworld layer, and it's gonna do some funny things.
I don't trust that. Easy.
So we're now out of bounds.
Sort of.
Sort of.
on
But
layer
walls don't
3.
exist. Walls don't exist. So we're gonna enter the wind ruins here on a very weird tile, and it's gonna look like we're actually like not anywhere, but we're actually just gonna walk straight into the Fortress of Winds.
Yeah, we were on... Basically think of it as like we're on that top wall. We aren't technically on that top wall, but you can think of it like that. We're technically in like a parallel universe during that moment, but... the way that Out of Bounds works in this game is it actually is mirroring other screens that you can't see. So it's using the collision from a different map while thinking that we're on the map that's actually being shown to us. But anyway, this is the Fortress of Winds. This dungeon is about, I would say, probably 5 minutes long. And I hope you like this room in particular.
You're gonna see it a lot.
We will be back here.
To cheat more, actually.
I think it's called an exploit.
Yeah, sure. I definitely wouldn't call it an exploit with what happens. Yeah, yeah, definitely not.
So this is the only small key of the 4 in this dungeon that we will be taking with us.
How does Link still have ankles? You know, if I fell from 2 stories up, I definitely wouldn't be walking after that.
Yeah, you'd be rolling.
Yeah, onto a stretcher.
Oh. So you can cancel the unlag from the bow by tapping the boots. If you play this game casually, you might know about the hidden butterflies that make things like the bow a lot faster. The boots basically are the same thing, if you just tap the button. And here's our first Dark Nut. And he's nice to me. Anyway. That's the Dark Nut. He's one of the hardest enemies in the game, trust me. Especially later, when there's 10 of them.
Yeah. Thank you, DHC. Alright, we have our really neat item from this dungeon. One of my favorite items, honestly. The mole mitts.
Yeah, so we're gonna take the mole mitts and we're gonna do things that the developers definitely intended us to do.
Nice.
So I'm coming back up here, which you may think, why? Yeah. Can't really avoid that one.
They added electricity to the anti-fairies in this game. It's pretty great.
But yeah, we need the that kinstone for another thing that we're gonna be doing. Nice. Thanks, Link. Anyway, we're on this up here now. And
yeah.
this was all.
Exactly how I remembered Fortress of Winds.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad at all. So what we're doing there is we're using the visual cue on the bomb explosion to bomb boost ourselves onto the wall. And I actually kind of want to take some damage here. So, thank you.
Yo.
Because the thing that we're going to be doing after Fortress of Winds is dying. Because it turns out there's a few times where dying with a fairy can actually be useful.
Looking at you, Link's Awakening.
I
showed you that clip the other day.
Yeah. So Mazal is kind of RNG.
Yeah, this fight is.
The pillar you're supposed to hit is never going to be the same pillar twice.
It's a fight. So the first pillar you can see which one you have to hit. Then the next two that you have to do. It's just basically like you have to dig and find the flashing pillar, and it's all random. Nice. That's actually really good.
Yeah, so that was the middle, which is pretty unfortunate, because then I did... Oh, okay. Yeah. Second cycle was bad, but that's expected. Very rarely.
You thought this was
Anyway,
a dungeon? Just kidding. You don't
I'm
even
gonna
get a
grab this heart
piece
container
of the element. You're just gonna get an ocarina.
and go up here.
But joke's on you, the ocarina is actually the most incredibly broken item in the game.
It's the Ocarina of Wind. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing a lot of it.
Also, I hope you like SMB3.
True.
Alright, so here's the reason that we needed all the kinstones.
Yeah. So you like
we
Tingle,
are going
right?
to be... We're going to be setting up all four of these to open up the central like ladder to get us the magical boomerang, which don't forget to save. Make a safety save for that.
Yep.
We have to find all four tingles here.
Hello, Octorok. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, you said the Octorok.
So we're gonna be doing another RNG manip actually also, because I'm missing one green kinstone for this quest. This is a very cool RNG manip, which you don't normally see. It's pretty old, but it's a nice backup. So, I'm gonna save and reset here in Lon Lon Ranch. I'm going to enter the game and press the A button. Okay.
Oh, your health.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, game. Oh, I bet I know why it is. Okay, I'll get a different fairy. That's fine.
50% of the time it works every time.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've done this manip. I didn't think about health. There we go.
We just have to grab a backup fairy. That's
Yeah,
all.
we can do that by the boomerang tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know all of Tingle's brothers' names?
No.
Okay.
I barely remember Tingle's name half the time. I promise you, I've played Zelda games before.
I don't know
Maybe.
which one is which. I know that one of them is Ankle, one of them is David Jr.
David Jr. Okay, buddy.
David Jr., if you remember Wind Waker, is one of the Tingle brothers that Tingle kidnapped. They're not actually related, just some guy that Tingle kidnapped and dressed like him.
Wow, can't believe that.
So yeah, fusing with the stranger here for a much later part. I guess not really that much later, but it'll be a bit. Oh, I was looking at the name. I think this is the one that I don't remember his name. David Jr. I think is the white one.
Tingle, Ankle, Knuckle, and
Yeah.
David Jr. according to chat.
Knuckles, the other one. Oops.
Why a couple of them are, you know, some... Make a safety save. Grab the fairy first, maybe? And then make a safety save?
Alright, so we're gonna get the magical boomerang here. I'm actually gonna... I'll grab the fairy before I damage down. And I'll save at the lake house.
Okay.
Yeah, because we really only get like one attempt at this glitch, and so saving is pretty
Lim,
particular.
what exactly would you call a David Jr.? I'm very interested to know. Oh, you know, I don't know. I might need you to tell me. All right, so we pick up the match. All right, you didn't get 1 in 16.
Cool. Okay. Hello,
Safety save.
Quay. Yeah, I'll save when I go inside.
Okay. I told you I was reminding you.
So we only get one shot at this because it's a very particular setup. Okay. I didn't even put the bomb, it's fine. Press the A and B button at the same time. There we go. And the door's open. How convenient. Anyway, gonna line up right next to this door and hopefully...
And now we can walk on water. And we're going to enter
Cool.
the Temple of Droplets.
We did it.
By
We
playing the
played
ocarina there,
in
it
the
puts us
door.
back on the correct layer, too.
Yeah, so this is yeah, it takes us
Yeah.
out of Ocarina Glitch. So Ocarina Glitch does a
So
lot of weird
basically, like,
things, and hopefully Ice
The way
can
that it
explain
works,
a lot
like,
of it
so,
because
like, if you can,
Temple
like, if
of
you line
Droplets
up
is going to be
Link
using it a little
in,
bit.
like a door
And
frame
all
that
of these
has,
are frame
like, an up
perfect.
staircase, you can trigger Ocarina Glitch here. And that's going to basically just, like... It's going to, like, trick the game into, like, saying, hey, Link is on the upper layer because you went up staircases. Okay, so let's treat it that way. So that's just going to give us the ability to walk over this pit. And we're going to basically just, you know, cheat. And Phantom's going to do something here called, you know, boss key door skip soon. After he gets this key down here.
Soon. The boss key. Yeah, we still need the boss key to do boss door skip. Or clip, really. It's more of a clip.
So we're gonna grab this boss key here because we need it.
Nice thing about boots is that they have infinite traction.
All right, so we're gonna actually set up the ocarina glitch again here in order to get ourselves on the proper layer so we can use the magical boomerang to clip through this door.
And the reason for the save and quit there is not to like manipulate anything. It's just that that door is still locked.
Yeah. So we're gonna pick up this extra key here because, you know, we like keys.
So the setup I'm going to be doing here is actually fairly new. Myth did it at GDQ, so if you've seen that run... Cool.
There we go. So we're going to set up ourselves on the upper layer again. But this time we're going to do something a little bit different. So the boomerang is going to essentially, again, delete the loading zone. And we're just going to kind of cheat our way around this dungeon here.
Hitting that white screen transition canceled the ocarina glitch so that we could spawn the scissor beetles here.
So that fight... Yeah,
Also,
that fight is like tremendously like harder
runner,
without the boomerang.
And you don't get the boomerang in glitchless. And that makes these fights a lot more painful. Honestly, a lot of the game is a lot harder without the boomerang. So thankfully we actually get to use it for a glitch. Otherwise... we'd be kind of stuck without it. And if you thought I was done with Ocarina Glitch, sorry.
So the main gimmick of this entire dungeon is basically, you know, the element is frozen in a gigantic thing of ice. But for some reason, you know, just a tiny bit of sunlight, just a smidge, you know, melts a gigantic, like, iceberg size, like, you know, popsicle to, you know, get us the element. But it also melts the Octorok. Nice junk data up there. It's really cool.
Yeah. Don't mind me.
So we're gonna play the ocarina here to cancel the ocarina glitch, but we're gonna, you know, it puts us on this wall.
Yeah, so we can jump down. Not a big deal.
Yeah. That's how I remember playing music.
Yeah, so when you're on a higher layer like that, the only way down is if they programmed a ledge to jump down from. So luckily they did that when making those.
Yeah. For sure.
Because there's a few rooms where we can get onto higher layers, but there's no way back down. But for some reason, the ledges in Temple of Droplets let you drop down off them.
So yeah, we're not done here. We do need to go pick up the dungeon item. It is required to beat this boss.
Yep.
The giant Octo is going to eat this element. Hungry, you know, after sleeping for thousands of years, probably. I don't
Frozen
know.
for 5 minutes.
I mean, I'd be hungry too. I don't blame them.
Yeah, so we have to do not really much of the dungeon. Luckily, the mini-boss fight is pretty quick to get to.
You might recognize the mini-boss fight. Maybe.
I don't think there's any other boss like this.
I mean, sure. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't ever remember seeing this boss, ever.
No. Definitely not. Kind of interesting
Maybe
that you
he was
just
napping up there.
open a skylight. And then this guy just drops down. Maybe.
Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen this boss fight.
Ow. So this is a blue chew. If you know how blue chews work, they're electric.
Woogie woogie woog. I'm sorry.
Okay, he's not. He jumped a little later than I thought he would. So we have to
Literally
do an
like
extra cycle of this.
Literally like one frame of Gush Jar there knocked him down.
Good job, Chew. Yeah.
So literally the same mechanic as the first boss in Deepwood Shrine, except they added some electricity to this chew.
Yep. And the electricity stops the wind from working.
Makes perfect sense.
So the third cycle here is the most RNG, I feel. Because he can do one of two things, and I really hope he jumps. Let's go. So he can either jump, which stalls out his own electric buff, or he can just start chasing you immediately, and then you might run out of time and he'll start jumping when he's not electrified.
Usually when you're playing a Zelda game, the lamp is like the first item you get. So, like,
And unfortunately,
it's like
that's-
over an hour into this run,
You can get
and
stuck
we're
in a
finally
pretty
picking
long
up the
cycle
lamp.
that
I
way.
can finally see in the dark rooms, caves, you know. It's great. Alright, so you may have noticed that Phantom did save quit and
Yeah, so we're going to
reset.
be doing this this very RNG
He's going to be
heavy
doing
boss.
an RNG manip on this boss. So he's going to be looking for very particular, like, pattern drops from the sky, specific amount of rolls, standing in a specific spot.
So far, so good. I look for Octo's ending position there after the first cycle.
Yeah.
All right, Octo.
All right. Nice manip.
Easy. Yeah, so Octo has an attack where it, I think the community goes, says Octo is she, her. So when she spews ink all over the screen and you can't see anything, it takes about 26 seconds to get through that cycle and have her do another move.
Yeah, and like as you saw like
So,
before, like
we
the second
manipulate
cycle,
Octo's movements
Octo can do like, you know, the inhale
so that we don't
and
have
then
to deal
spit
with
out
that.
one boulder, or she can just do multiple boulders.
Yep. Yeah, in the third cycle, she'll either inhale and then suck, or she'll bash the wall to drop rocks. Or...
Each one of those rocks, I think, rolls RNG as
Yeah.
well. If I remember correctly, yeah.
Or she will shoot 3 rocks in a row. Which is very convenient when that happens. And that's what we met up for.
So we're gonna go pick up the 3 sword here.
Yeah, so the guards, because the king is still perfectly healthy, don't ignore the ghost that talked to us. The guards are not blocking the front door. We don't have to do the hedge maze like you would in like glitchless or casually. And he told us to go to like the graveyard to get gold kinstone. I don't really want to do that, so we have to talk to Dampe, and I don't think anyone really likes talking to Dampe. Especially not Majora's Mask runners.
What are you talking about? That's the most fair and balanced minigame in the game.
So, we fused a kinstone earlier with the, I forget what he's called. He's like the mysterious man or something. In Castletown. And that opened up a weird emblem next to Link's house.
Oh, by the way, we just cheated.
Yeah,
to get
so
through
this
that
is
NPC. It's fine.
the sky.
You're
whatever.
actually not supposed to be able to walk like through that NPC.
Anyway,
Or that
ignore
one.
that
For
guy.
matter. The whole gimmick behind getting into the sky area was to go through like the clouds and get 5 gold kinstones.
They are supposed to be blocking
and do that
you, so you
entire
can't
like
just come up here.
really long section. We're just not going to do that. We're just going to go straight. We're just going to go straight to the Palace of Winds.
Yep, this is Palace of Winds. This dungeon's actually really cool. It's really linear, and if we do, for some reason, die, you would have to do the entire thing again. So we're gonna not die. Boomerang, please.
So what you're saying is just don't die. Got it.
Alright. Can I hit the trick shot? No. Good enough. Auto scroller, you kind of just play around with the boomerang in sections like that.
Not much else you can do.
Yeah.
At least until you get the cape. Spoilers, the cape is the item here.
The fire is a little nice if you get hit by it. Oh wow, that hit. Anyway. Thank you, rolling pin. So we're gonna do the mini boss fight here. It's a bunch of Wizrobes. And Wizrobes die instantly if you hold a lantern near them.
I mean, kind of same though. Like bright lights. Or fire for that matter.
So the cape is honestly
Alright.
super cool.
Definitely something we've never.
We're just gonna jump over some, or around, I guess, some puzzles. And the loading zones here, normally you'd think you'd have to climb to the top, but the loading zones are just all in the same layer. And I'm gonna make some clones here to solve this puzzle. So I'm gonna walk over here, line up pixel perfect. The death and respawn there, or yeah, was to get on the right subpixel so that I can just go over here.
Definitely how I remember this dungeon.
I can't imagine doing it any other way, really.
I mean, is this not how you did it in your first playthrough?
No, this is exactly what I did.
Okay.
So, remember angle retention? Because we're gonna do that right there. To skip using a key.
I love this dungeon.
That trick is called Warble Hop. I don't know why. It just is. Nice fans. Alright, my health is kind of low, but luckily we have the magical boomerang.
Sure does.
And the magical boomerang has a very, very nice mechanic with anti-fairies. Now, I'm not sure about every Zelda game, but at least in this one, magical boomerang turns anti-fairies into fairies. And we are going to be using that to heal after this fight.
One thing you'll see about combat in this game, like what Phantom's doing here, after a sword slash, he's gonna hold out the sword to like pretend like he's about to do a charge attack, but that's just to poke the enemy because it's faster that way instead of just continuously swinging your weapon.
There's a few instances where it doesn't do as much damage, but sometimes it just doesn't matter. I need lantern. I get one try at this trick, and if I failed it, then we have to do the second half of the dungeon. Good thing you can't fail it. All that you have to do is use the lantern on the B button on the same frame that you press R to open the door. And anyway, I'm gonna go over here. Not cheating.
Y'all remember Palace of Winds? Yeah, well, here's the boss.
This is Georg, or George. However you want to say his name, or their name. Technically, the red one is female and the blue one is male. The Georg pair. This fight is pretty intricate. There's also a lot of RNG, but I'm gonna try and just do this.
You also realize how bad of a driver
as cleanly as I can.
Georg is. Just literally just wrecks directly into the red one and blows up.
Yeah. Ow.
Genius.
The green ones are also sometimes in the way. Okay. Yeah, that sometimes happens. There wasn't a lot of room for me to move. I'm gonna stall out the balls a little bit. Okay. Georg, please. This is the cycle that is very difficult to avoid everything, but it's fine.
Those would have been nice.
Nah, we don't need those. Okay.
Yeah, easy.
Okay. Three-quarters of a heart, that's all you need. So that was that's the final element. This game does have fewer dungeons than most Zelda games, but they are very intricate if you don't skip half of them.
What do you mean? You didn't skip this dungeon.
True. I would like the heart.
Nice.
Yeah. So Eslo just says, "Hey, we have all 4 elements now. Let's go back to
Definitely don't
Hyrule
remember that being
Castle
said in
and
a Zelda game.
create the sword to banish evil or something." Nice. So, as we've done already a few times, back to the pedestal. This time there's a little bit of a cutscene. You may recognize it.
Meanwhile, while we're watching the cutscene, there's going to be a very, very, very professional team of like carpenters and design, engineers and everything. They're just gonna come in here and just like completely revamp the entire castle. The paint's gonna be already dry. Everything's just like a brand new place.
Everyone's already moved in too.
Yeah. So it makes me wonder like how long this actual cutscene is.
And we do see Link get knocked out. So maybe. Yeah, so this cutscene here is very familiar. A lot of people do the bit of, "Oh, I reset."
All right, so this is the Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. Just kidding.
Yeah, so
What? Wow, it's like we haven't seen this before.
By chance, do you know what this says?
So this is Link. He's got a sword. He's got a sword again.
it's blue though. I've never seen that.
It's blue.
Yeah, they like sealed
yeah,
evil
yeah.
and then nothing bad happened
Then
ever,
they-
right?
then-
They
now
did.
they got a
sealed
box.
evil in the
Okay.
box.
I understand. I
Oh,
understand.
it's Zelda. That's weird. That wasn't there before. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's a perfect story.
Yeah.
What's the king doing here? Wait, you were evil the whole time?
No, Link, watch out.
I
Link,
can't-
no. Oh my god, Link.
I can't deal with this treachery. All right, so
Everyone's been turned to stone. There's moblins in here for some reason. It's kind of interesting that this game has moblins, considering there's no Ganon.
the ground is all different colors. Walls are different colors. By the way, I don't ever remember Phantom doing this in glitchless attempts. But there is a thing called cutscene, like skip, or like not like skip, but like
Yeah,
you can move during a cutscene.
I was a little slow there.
Definitely didn't see Phantom ever lose a glitchless run to that. Never.
So I'm trying to line
Just
up
the-
here on the right
All right, buddy.
subpixel.
It's time for you
And
to.
this moblin might get in my way. 'Cause he likes to do that. Yep. All right. So now that this trick is now a 50-50. Every time I line up on the right pixel. Please.
Exactly
you.
how I remember it.
Nice. Easy. So we're on a higher layer right now. This skips reviving the king, so he's actually just dead forever. Because you saw the minister and the guards were stone. Well, the king is also stone, but we're not gonna go down there. And that right there is just to set our save and reset point, so we respawn at the beginning and not at the sanctuary.
I remember didn't realize it was just that easy. Maybe I was just like, my hand-eye coordination was just really bad.
Maybe. This room is very complicated. You have to turn all the tiles red. And then this room is actually very consistent. Yeah, they tend to not care. Alright, so remember the Ocarina of Winds?
But there sure is one here.
There weren't really any doors in Palace of Winds. Ironic. For the Ocarina of Winds.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, come on. Frame perfect trick. Also, if you get Ocarina Glitch and then you bonk into a wall with boots on the same screen that you got Ocarina Glitch, you will soft lock. So I'm very careful with my boot dashes there.
So you may have noticed like Phantom had to go like all the way to that like one like little like staircase section. And it has to do with because the staircase was downward. So Phantom wasn't on the proper layer. So we had to go up a set of stairs to set us on the proper layer to get us out of bounds.
Yep. And we're gonna do that one more time. I say one more time, but there's actually 2 more Ocarina glitches.
You mean you're gonna cheat 2 more times? Wow.
No. We're gonna cheat more than 2 more times.
Okay, good. That's exactly how I like the speedruns. It's fine.
Yeah, so just this is the only like convenient set of stairs to go up on. Nice. Nice.
The one magic pixel twice to bunk on. Incredible. So normally in this dungeon, you have to like go around left and right side and go through a bunch of towers to get these singular keys that are at the top of each one of the towers in the 4 corners.
Yep.
We don't feel like doing that. That takes a lot of time. So we're just gonna walk on the, you know, the roof here or the walls or whatever you want to call them, the ceilings, and we're just gonna go grab these.
All right. What's a door? We're just gonna jump over it. Normally you would be opening these doors, but because we're not actually opening the doors, we need a way to get over them. So that's a door jump, which you can only do with Ocarina Glitch. All right, Mr. Ball and Chain Soldier. Also, notably, we still have Ocarina Glitch active. I have not done anything to cancel it.
So we're just gonna walk here.
And just fall down there. We're good. My health is a little low, so luckily there's a health room right here. Ow. Oh. Rude.
Dark nuts are definitely rude in this game. We definitely don't fight enough of them, honestly.
Surely that was the last dark nut. Oh.
Oh. The game said, you know what? We like dark nuts so more. Here, have like 6 more of them.
Luckily, we don't have to fight all of
If you
those
thought
ones.
this one was a pretty awful
because
fight,
we already have 3 keys.
Before Vadi.
So we're gonna use the lantern here to light some torches.
There's only one real one though.
And we have some ghosts in the next room. I think they're called guineas. Yeah, there he is. The real one, when you hit him with a sword, his eyes become an X. So it's just always a.
It's usually what happens when you hit me with a sword. So it's kind of
It's
fair.
just a guessing game.
So we're gonna save quit to go back to the beginning of DHC Dark Hyrule Castle, because we need to go grab the boss key. Is why we needed 4 keys here. Because conveniently there's 4 key blocks.
Also, the cane of Pachi flipping things is once again relevant.
Forgot that was even an item. Alright. Do you like dark nuts?
No.
Well, too bad.
Ow.
Nice bonk.
Well, that's fine.
Oh,
We'll just do this the old-fashioned
nice
way.
Kenstone.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to do an
Those
RNG manip
enemies-
also during that
those
entire
enemies
time,
just started
but
moving.
I
Yeah.
had 1 extra sword slash, so...
That bonk there pushes Link up a little bit further for the cutscene.
Which, it happens. Yeah, it overlaps the 2 cutscenes. Yo. Okay, Dark Nut. It's fine. Ow. Okay, hold on. I would like to not use my fairy this early. Okay, the hard one is taken care of.
Nice Kenstone.
Listen. Dark Nuts. Nice Kinstone. Okay. We're good. I'm gonna get the 1 extra heart pot down here.
So, Vadi. Oh, go ahead.
And we're gonna actually fight Vadi. So casually, I was gonna say casually, you may remember, if you die during any of these phases, you do have to go from the Dark Nuts again.
Yep. So Vadi has 3 forms. You have just the standard, I grew, 2 feet taller, and gained a gigantic eyeball on my chest.
This is a Patra.
Yeah, basically. The goal here is just to defeat 4 eyeballs, then Vadi reveals weak point. Then we have to incorporate the Gush Jar, because now Vadi's like, oh, let me spawn these eyeballs with a protective barrier on them. JK, the Gush Jar just removes the barrier. But now Vadi's going to incorporate teleports into like where they're originally standing. Vadi also conveniently placed a fairy in the room.
Yeah, very nice of him.
If you thought you were gonna die, just kidding. All right, so that's Vadi 1. Vadi 2 gains a different form. So now we have our clone panels up here, and Vadi's gonna turn into a big giant eyeball. And conveniently places the same, like... So we're gonna go over here to slash this.
Yeah.
So we have to hit all 4 of those eyeballs at the exact same time.
Okay. Ideally, he moves to the other side of the panels so that I can, like... Cool. Thank you. Spin attack in this phase is also kind of broken. So it doesn't do damage necessarily, but it sets Vadi's HP. So if you do a spin attack, it will set his HP to 1 hit away from death. And in the second cycle, he can't die, so just moves him on to the third cycle. Okay.
Vadi 3, same concept, except no
but on this
clone
third
panels
cycle,
in the center.
1 hit away from death.
We have clone panels at the bottom now. And this one is going to involve us basically destroying the hands after we watch this nice long cutscene of us saving Zelda. So Vadi's going to have 2 hands that he's going to shove into the ground. We're just going to use the cane Apache and, destroy his hands.
And then we're going to play volleyball.
Yeah. So you get a very convenient health refill up here. And if you use your fairy, you also get a very convenient fairy.
Yeah. There's a health room right below the sanctuary here with 2 fairy pots in it.
Which we don't need. We're pretty stacked
yeah.
up here.
I know a lot of people don't realize that that's there casually. And then come into Vadi with like 3 hearts and die.
So by the way, standing on a portal, you're invincible.
Oh, not the left arm. Come on, Vadi.
Nice pattern there.
Rude.
Like, the thing just directly dove into you. That was great.
Yeah, that was really nice. Yeah, so how long it takes for him to stick his arm in the ground is RNG, and which arm he sticks in the ground is also RNG. Nice.
Nice. Okay. So Boomerang comes in handy here sometimes. Alright, so final part of this boss here. Time is going to be...
Yeah, without Boomerang, these are... it's pretty tough to pin those eyes down for long enough.
3 cycles. So we have to basically destroy the 4 little miniature eyeballs in front of him, and that reveals Vadi's weak point. So he'll move left and right here, and then he'll line up for a charge shot from the 4 miniature eyeballs. Phantom's going to do this one more time, and then it'll be time.
Yeah, GG's.
And time.
It
And
was
that's
about
body.
like a 144 and a
cap.
half.
GG's.
Yeah,
Somewhere between 20 and 30.
that wasn't too bad. Curious what
No,
the time was.
not at all.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's about average. A really good run obviously gets really good RNG, and it's really hard to match your golds in this game.
Yeah, just get good RNG. Come on now.
It's that easy.
Yeah.
It's just that easy.
You know, but that's Minish cap any percent. At least, this is the route that I would recommend people to pick up if they wanted to play the game. There is a harder route for the world record level, but realistically, unless you really want to do it, there's no other reason to do it. You can get a really, really good time with a route like this.
It's also like the world record route is definitely not marathon safe either.
Yeah. I do know people that have done, it's called Octoclip in Marathon, and it's always very sketchy. Because you get one attempt and you lose like upwards of minutes every time you fail it. But yeah, let's Minish cap 90%. That was fun.
Yeah.
Ice, if you want to go first.
Oh, I mean, I don't run this game. I just know a good bit of it, just courtesy of watching like TGH and Myth and Phantom run this game. I know other Zelda games, you know, Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Link to the Past, Link's Awakening Switch. I did a couple runs of Ocarina. But, you know, Phantom here is the star of the show.
Yeah, I mean, I picked up this game kind of early on in the year and have been running it mostly consistently up until GDQ, and then I took a break and have come back recently to grind a little bit more. But shoutouts to, I mean, Ice for commentating. It's been nice to have someone here that at least knows a little bit about the game.
Yeah.
And honestly, like,
Yeah.
shoutouts to Myth, who is a huge help in the community. He does so much for this game, and he makes all of the resources really great. And yeah, thanks for having me. I'll be back tomorrow night, by the way, for Paper Mario Rando. So if you're tired of seeing my face, you'll see me again tomorrow anyway. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, everyone. Paper Mario Rando is going to be a great time. I can already tell.
It's definitely a super fun rando.
But yeah, with that, you know, absolutely follow the runner, follow the commentator. You know, stick around for the rest of today and also tomorrow, because, like he said, there's gonna be more runs tomorrow. But yeah, we're gonna have a real quick wellness break. We're gonna have Hello Kitty Roller Rescue up next. See everyone.